Shalom, shalom. We give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai. We give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and shalom to the elect that's pushing out this word throughout the four corners of the globe. It's your brother Shamar Moth from the DC camp. Say shalom to you. Hope you're in good spirits. Let's get right to the scriptures. Title this, Doing What Is Right in Your Own Eyes. And it's from the book of Numbers, the 15th chapter and 37th verse. We'll start out there. It says, And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the border a ribbon of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that you may look upon it and remember all the commandments of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and do them. Very important that you do them. Not just remember the commandments, but actually do them. A lot of people may even have them plastered on their wall or written in a book, or, you may write all the commandments. You may even know all the commandments. But are you doing them? This is the most important aspect of the fringes in the border of blue, that you remember and do them. Very important. It says, and in addition to that, and that you seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which you use to go a-whoring, that you may remember and do all my commandments and be holy unto your power. Now, holy means to be separate, actually different from the rest, peculiar, special. And this is what the commandments was supposed to govern our people and show other nations how special we are, by what we do and how we conduct ourselves and how we carry ourselves, how our nation is such a strong nation because we do exactly what our power say to do. He promised us that all you have to do is keep my commandments, wear your fringes, and do them, and teach your sons and your sons' sons about the commandments. This is very important. And not do what you think you're supposed to be doing. This is why the title, like I said, it says, Doing What Is Right in Your Own Eyes. Doing right in your eyes, or Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the one who's going to reward you. You don't give yourself gifts. You get gifts from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahushua being His only begotten Son. You must remember this, that you don't give your own gifts. You receive gifts from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So you doing things in your own eyes or in the ways you see fit does not prosper you. Okay? This is Deuteronomy 12:1. It says, These are the statutes and judgments which you shall observe to do in the land which Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the God of your fathers, give thee to possess it, all the days that you live upon the earth. This is the inheritance. This is what you call the inheritance of the promise to our forefathers, that his children and his children's children will receive an inheritance, which is land, which is rulership. It says, You shall utterly destroy all the places which the nations which you have possessed serve their gods, upon the high mountains and upon the hills and under every green tree. You're supposed to break all their groves, all of their statues and idols, and burn them, right? All the land that we're going to possess. Remember, our possession, our land is our inheritance that the Lord has given us. Remember, you can't take the land yourself. It was given to you. Very important. It says, And you shall overthrow their altars and break their pillars and burn their groves with fire. And you shall hew down the graven images of their gods and destroy the names of them out of that place. You should not do so unto the Lord your you shall not do so unto the Lord your power, but unto the place which the Lord your power, your God, shall choose out of all your tribes to put his name there. Even unto his habitation shall you seek, and thither thou shalt come. And thither you shall bring your burnt offerings and your sacrifices and your tithes and heave offerings of your hands and your vows and your freewill offerings and the firstling of your herds of your flock. And there you shall eat before the Lord your power, and you shall rejoice in all that you put your hand unto, and you and your household when the Lord has blessed thee. See, the Lord bless you with these things, and you're supposed to bring the first of it. You bring your first flock, you bring your offerings, you bring your tithes, you bring everything to the Lord because these are gifts. He told you to do this. You don't do this. You didn't do this or learn of this on your own. Yahweh Shemel Shai had given us laws, statutes, commandments that we're supposed to obey, that governs our nation. And really giving a gift, right, multiplies. And it's very important that you understand that multiplying gifts, right, come with sacrifice. How are you going to receive something else if you didn't sacrifice for the first? Continuing on, it says, you should not do after all the things that we do here this day. Remember, at the time of Deuteronomy, there was a lot of rebellion in the ranks. And Yahweh, remember the calf. Remember what Aaron had to build for the people because they thought Moses was gone, right? Those things we were doing. We were doing, falling right back into the ways of Egypt and the ways of our oppressor. And this is what they do today. They want to follow their oppressor because they see they oppressor prospered. So they're going to follow and say, oh, if they prospering, let's get some of that. It must be good. If it's good for them, it's good for us. No, what's good for you and good for us is what Yahweh Shemel Shai has given you, which is law, statutes, and commandments. Then you receive your gifts. You can't get a reward without sacrifice. It says, every man whatsoever is right in his own eyes, not in his own eyes. It says you should not do, right, whatever is right in your own eyes. For you are not as yet come to the rest and to the inheritance which the Lord your power giveth you. You didn't get it yet, but you already want to do what you think is best. This is what's right in your own eyes. Seeking your own rest, seeking your own way. This is not healthy for a nation to go about and establish their own righteousness. This is what the scriptures talk about. You try to establish your own righteousness by what you see fit when the law was already established and you agreed to it. This is the thing about it, that you entered Israel, right? Israel, we entered into a covenant with Yahweh Shemel Shai, God, and to his son and to the angels. And we were before all the angels, right? We swore that we was going to do this, and the angels are the witness. Yahweh Shemel Shai was there. They gave us the covenant through Moses, and we said, yeah, we will do. But we did not do. We saw what was fit in our own eyes. Remember Judges? You remember the book of Judges? All you got to do is look at the book of Judges. Every man did what was right in his own eye, and that got us in trouble. That got us nowhere. This is why we need a shepherd, because we're lost sheep without a shepherd. You see? Really, talked about the covenant, which is what happened was a breach of contract. And when you look at the definition of breach of contract, it says breach of contract is a legal cause of action. Remember, laws and statutes and commandments were broken. So you entered into a legal agreement. It says, and a type of civil wrong. A breach of contract is a civil wrong. in which a binding agreement or covenant or bargain for exchange is not honored by one or more of the parties to the contract by non performance or interference with the other party's performance. Breach occurs when a party to a contract fails to fulfill its obligations as described in the contract or communicates an intent to fail the obligation or otherwise appear not to perform or able to perform its obligations under the contract. Where there is a breach of contract, the resulting damages will have to be paid by the party breaching the contract to the aggrieved party. That's Yahweh Shem Shai, the aggrieved party. We're the breakers of the contract. So therefore, what it says here, it says that resulting damages will have to be paid by the party. That's Israel. And this is what we've been suffering. We've been suffering all the things according to the contract. Remember Deuteronomy 28, the whole chapter. If you do this, do this, do this, you will receive this, this, and this. If you don't do this, this, and this, you're going to receive thus saith the Lord. Okay? Very simple contract. And the binding thing, right, that we will sprinkle with the blood on the book, in the covenant, under the law, right? And we agreed to it. You see? We agreed to it. So we're binded by this contract. You can't go outside the contract or you be resulting in damages that you have to pay. And we've been paying hell of a damages. You see? This is Judges 17:5. And the man Micah had a house of gods, and made an ephod and teraphim, and consecrated one of his sons, who became his priest, right? Doing what's in his own eyes. He said, in those days there was no king in Israel, but every man did that which was right in his own eyes. He came up with a house of gods. He just came up with something on his own, right? Because I don't know what the reason was, but we know the reason why Jake do their own thing, because they don't want to be obedient. They don't want to be obedient, so they want to do their own thing and find their own way. You know, search for things on their own. And it says here that he made his own sons priests. So he defied the priesthood of the Levites of his own nation and did his own thing. You see, this is what gets you get your ass in trouble. This is Proverbs 29:12. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. The poor and the deceitful man meet together. The Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, lighteth both their eyes. The king that faithfully judgeth the poor, his throne shall be established forever. Very important to understand that. I'm going to read it again. The king that faithfully judgeth the poor, his throne shall be established forever. The rod and reproof give wisdom. And we've been talking about this rod and reproof. Even the apostles was given this understanding of rod and correction. People think is banging on people or whatever. Look, it's rod and correction. This is what Israel needs, because it's a hard-headed, stiff-necked people. They need banging on. They need reproof and the rod. It says, but a child left to himself bringeth his mother to shame. And that's the law, statute, commandments. The covenant is brought to shame. It says, when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increases, but the righteous shall see their fall. Correct thy son, and he shall give thee rest. Yea, he shall give delight unto thy soul. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keep the law, happy is he. Understood. Understand these proverbs. Understand these words that Yahweh Shem Shai is telling you. He's not telling you something that will hurt you. He's telling you something that will increase you and keep pushing you and moving you forward. You see? And it's very important not to go backwards. It's very important to keep pushing forward, keep seeking the kingdom, right? I made that video a while back about the highways, what your highway entails to get to the kingdom, man. Is it full with potholes and dead ends and turnarounds, U-turns, left turns, road out? You see? What your road to the kingdom, what does it entail? Is it smooth asphalt paved road? What is your road made from or made with? It's very important to understand what your travels is going to be, man, and how you're going to get there. Is it the rough road or is it the smooth road? When the smooth road is following the law, statutes, and commandments in faith in Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai being the only begotten Son who died on the cross. When you believe in Yahweh Shai, all things are possible, as the scriptures say. Ezekiel 3:17, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Remember, the verse before said, a wicked king, his people going to be wicked. But a watchman unto the house of Israel will hear the words at his mouth and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou giveth him not warning, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked ways to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. Very important to understand that you must tell the wicked the wicked. You must tell the wicked his wicked ways. And hope that he change his wicked ways and follow into righteousness. It says, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked ways, he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul. Again, when the righteous man do turn from his righteousness and committed iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die, because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he hath done shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at thy hand. And this is the point. Nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man that the righteous sin not, and he doeth not sin, he shall surely live. This is prospering. This is receiving blessings. When you live, you receive things. You know, life itself is a gift. It says, because he is warned, also thou hast delivered thy soul. So it's two things going on here. It's also an exchange of what you need to be and how you need to be, right? And then because you have done that and he changed his ways, you delivered your soul. But if the wicked man don't change his way after you told him his ways, the blood is on him, not you. You see? You did your job. He didn't do his, of the wicked. But the righteous, if he changed his ways, right, from a warning from you, right, you delivered his soul and your own. Jeremiah 17:3. O my mountain in the field, I will give thy substance and all thy treasures to the spoil, and thy high places for sin throughout all thy borders. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. This is the one who did not follow the ways. We know the scripture. We've read it 1,000,000 times. That the Lord had discontinued our heritage because you wanted to do what you thought was right. It says, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in a land which thou knowest not, for you have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. And that's the point. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. When you follow man, like the Micah's sons, did, become priests of his own gods, you're going to fall. You're going to fall. But what it says here, it says, and it says, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, right? This is his power. This is what he's establishing, right? Through his might, or what he think is might, and whose heart departed from the Lord. And this is not how you want to be. This is what is not healthy. This is not a healthy lifestyle. You see, doing what you think is right in your own eyes, and going against the covenant that's already been made through your forefathers, which is actually you in the reincarnation and the regeneration. That was you who agreed, right, to the covenant that the Lord had made. So therefore you bind it. You are bound by that covenant. You bound by that contract you have made. And if you breach the contract, repercussions, penalties must be paid. Therefore, you can't do what's right in your own eyes. You see? And this is the lesson, right? Do what the contracts say, fulfill your obligation, and receive gifts. We give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Hashem Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and shalom to the elect that's pushing out this word throughout the four corners of the globe. It's your brother Shamar Moth. Hopefully that this was edifying. Till next time, we say peace and shalom.